Hey everybody, Rachel K. Collier here. In today's video, I've got a super nerdy production breakdown for you, showing you how I made my brand new track, Earthquake. I made Earthquake as part of the 4 producers All Arturia challenge on Andrew Huang's channel. I just want to point out that all of the Arturia stuff is compatible with all DAWs, so even if you're not an Ableton user, hopefully you'll get a few production tips and tricks from this video. And of course, after this video, if you haven't seen it already, go and check out that 4 producers episode featuring So Wiley, Eldre, and of course, Andrew. Right, let's get into it. Let's rewind back. Let me show you how I made Earthquake. Because of my true love for the Mini Brute, I was drawn to the Polybrute. The same gritty feel. I was just so excited to play it. Found this incredible bass preset, no computer, which kind of shaped the whole composition for me. Check this sound out. So after I recorded a nice long take of that bass and added a little kick drum, I decided I wanted to make a really vibey, atmospheric intro. I created a nice little drone with 3B3 Terrell Corporation. I then found this little preset, my favourite, and added this riff processed with some reverb intensity from the FX3 collection. A little bit of filtering. And one more creepy riff here, the soft OB pad, again from Polybrute with the spring reverb. Really creepy. And then using this full Rockin' Tubes preset, which is actually a lead sound, I put it in the poly mode. Just played like an open fifth, sounds like this with a bit of distortion. And then with this very cool preset from the Intensity Reverb Expression, I got this kind of like do 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 sound. And then all together it sounds extra creepy. And so then when I was building the arrangement, I couldn't help myself but add a little moody 4-liner vocal hook, which I've heavily filtered in, automated up some delay, eternity, plate reverb, and tape mellowify, which I have used everywhere in this session. And whilst I was in the vocal zone, I wanted to make some kind of like vocal pad, which was quite interesting. Sounds terrible without the effects, but with the filter M12 here, gave it a funky little rhythm. The distortion, disc tube culture, and my filtering, I thought it really added to the vibe. For my drop, I really wanted to switch it up, and I went for this kind of like stompy swung kind of style. So here's a little peek of the drums. Got lots of samples from all sorts of places. I've actually got some Micro Freak samples from my Micro Freaking Out track in there. And I was absolutely loving the Bus Force from the FX3. I felt like this really kind of changed the drum sounds in a really creative way. So check out this kind of swung feel. And then adding the Bus Force processing. The Screecher preset, I felt like it really added lots of character. And I did the same with my hi-hats, which I actually just recorded in the studio. Bus Force, dirty telephone effect, I thought this was really cool. And some distortion. Same processing on my straight hat. All together. Then with the bass line, I tried out loads of different things, slow moving, fast moving, and in the end I found this preset called Chonky, which I added a little bit of LFO to, put the rate to 104, and I thought this had kind of like a cool groove. And in the mix, I duplicated that bass part and then EQ'd it with the Cwta 295, distorted it a little bit more EQ, just to help it cut through without taking away too much of the low end. And then to complete the bass feel, I went back to my No Computer preset and just recorded a long take of playing with the master cutoff. And then processed with the chorus dimension D and the comp VCA65, a few stock plugins, sounded like this. Then for some vocals in my drop, I just threw the hook into a simpler. Get my mind, if I stay, can I fake? Added a little bit of chorus, EQ, and came up with this little line. And then so it felt quite boring to go back to the same chords as in the intro for verse 2. So I found this lovely sound, Late Night Poem, tweaked the reverb time, reverb level, bit of the chorus, and I thought that this nice B flat, F minor, and E flat sounded quite cool. Layered up with the 2D6 Polytron, 2F2 Fransley, and the 1H2 Hollow Pump. Again, another Polybrute party here. Thought it sounded pretty nice. Of course, I added some sub. With some super distorted drums. I really like this screamer effect on the snare. Check it out with and without. Without and with. And then I brought back the vocals, but this time I re-sung it with a little bit more of a loose feel and processed it quite differently. With the Juno chorus. And I did some automation with the reverb intensity. Added an octave lower vocal. And some doubles. I think this is like the stadium rock moment of the song. For my final drop, I went back to the stompy swing party, but added a little bit more cymbals for some more intensity, and then I couldn't resist just going nuts with the No Computer sound. Got my plate reverb on there, some distortion which I've automated as well, and then I couldn't help myself, I wanted to add some more synths, so I added one more little synth line, which I actually found quite hard to write because of the major 30 sound in that bass line. But anyway, I found a sound, 2G5, and went for this. I did it with a couple of different sounds. I brought back the rockin' tubes from the intro, and again added the lovely distortion, bit of the EQ, and automated it up. So it gets really mean and intense, and then with the other synths. And for some extra intensity at the end, I just recorded a pretty rough ad-lib, processed the hell out of it with distortion, reverb intensity, and I've automated on the freeze for this. tape mellow, which I love, and some EQ, more distortion, and then it sounds a bit like this, which is quite rough around the edges, but I think it kind of works in the song. And then my creative effects on the master, I played with a couple of presets from the tape mellow, the Rhodes warmer and the lo-fi quiver, and I automated up some noise and tone in a few little places to help with the transitions. Otherwise, I hope you like my track. So there we have it, there's my production breakdown. Go and check out the track, it's streaming on all DSP platforms. Thank you so much to Andrew and Arturia for having me back on For Producers. If you guys want more from me, then please head over to my Patreon. Come and join my community. We've got a whole Discord thing going on, monthly music making challenges, and lots more fun stuff. And if you do want to learn Ableton Live, then check out my courses, how to produce and how to perform. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Mwah.